Hey everyone, Delphi Group here with the weekly market report that we put out every Tuesday for everyone here. So let's just dive into it. We are just as a follow up, we talked about Bitcoin last week and our $98,000 target off of this bull flag breakout. So we are still looking for that breakout, that target to hit there. On Bitcoin. We were in long calls on this breakout from this channel that we added more on this breakout. We cashed out up here and we were kind of looking for some sideways consolidation, which that's what's taking place. But the good thing for the crypto bulls, which we are, is this consolidation is going higher. Okay. And we could have another bull flag here on top of another bull flag. But first things first, we need to get over 96K, which we think we are going to do. A lot of times, Bitcoin likes to do these big moves on the weekends. We'll have to see. But again, we do think that 98,000 target will hit Bitcoin. Okay. So before we go to Thinkorswim to look at the indexes, we really want to highlight two market sentiment indicators that we use. Okay, we have talked about our cycle line, which is a cycle reversal line for the indexes. It is this blue line here that you see here on the SPY chart. Okay, and this has only been wrong once in over 2 years. So we trade off this indicator, or you again call it a cycle line. It has been extremely reliable. We don't know why, but if you go back, okay, and you look back here, we're just going back, and this is now October of last year. You can see what happens at this line. The markets go up and then they reverse. Okay, markets go up into the line and then they reverse. It's a reversal line. Okay, we've crushed puts here many times. Okay, we've crushed puts here on the indexes, here on the indexes. Recently, again, we were going up and we got the major crash in the indexes. I mean, we have been net short the indexes since really the beginning of the year. And now what happened here is again, no surprise. We put out a note to our community that we were going to be closing our shorts on that day, the red candle. Lo and behold, what happened since then? Right back up. Okay, so this is one of the indicators, indicators that we use. It's a cycle line. We'll have to see where the markets are at come the next one, and I believe it's in June. But again, just highlighting what we do here at Delphi. Nobody has this anywhere. Okay, no trading platform, no service. Anywhere you look, nobody has this, and nobody's cashing in profits off of this cycle line. Okay, so that is one of the ones that we are really big on. Again, this has only been wrong once in over 2 years. The other one that we are very high on, that we use when it's time to use it, is our MO indicator. Okay, where this is in the Delphi room, we have an MO indicator channel. We update where it's at, what it's doing, when it's time to look at it. And you can see here, SPX had an overbought reading today at 40. That has come down a little bit. The Russell, the IWM, that has an overbought reading at 150. That has come down to, I believe, 147. SPX is around 35. But the one we want to highlight here is the NDX. Okay, this has been extreme overbought 5 days now, going into 6 tomorrow. Okay, we can see your nominal overbought reading is 200. I mean, this has been as high as 260. It's at 247 now. But what's interesting about this now, unfortunately, this doesn't give us in this case, the reversal lower to the day. Okay, this will happen anywhere between 1 to 6 days. Okay. So you have to be careful trading this, and you have to know how to trade it because, again, I mean, you don't want to be early. But what's interesting here, day 5 was today. We have only seen day 5 less than a handful of times, and we've only seen day 6 once. We have never seen a day 7. Okay, so what does that mean? That means, we could be ready for a reversal in the indexes. Now, we do have earnings coming up. Amazon, Microsoft, Apple are all this week. So who knows what's going to happen with the earnings. But as far as indicators goes, and as far as this goes, we should be expecting a reversal, a good reversal tomorrow, or Thursday. But again, we have never seen a 7-day straight day overbought or oversold reading on this indicator ever. So, we just need to be mindful of that and watch that. Now, doesn't mean you have to buy puts, but it does mean, hey, if you have profits and calls, you may want to take some profits. You definitely want to be careful going long right now because of this and the other indicators, but the NASDAQ as well, okay? So we just wanted to point that out. So now I'm going to Thinkorswim, going to the indexes. I have IWM up here. There are some interesting things happening on the charts, but first you can see our target from last week. We were looking for higher, did hit the very next day. So that target has hit. All our targets had hit actually on the indexes from last week. But what's happening now, a few things. I'll get to the volume on the SPY chart, but right now we have a gap fill on the IWM as well as the SPY. So what does that mean? Gap theory, there is an 80% chance gaps will fill, okay? And then an 80% chance that the stock or index in this case will reverse when the gap fills. Okay, so we have a gap here that filled today, okay, on this candle. Okay, so we have the volume going lower. Okay, we have our CCI is nearing overbought, stochastic already way overbought. Okay, so, and we have resistance here on top of it around 198. So for these reasons, we're going to go down. Now, full disclosure, we did take some IWM puts today off some UOA that we saw. Again, UOA means unusual option activity. And then we had some May puts in the IWM that we cashed out a while back. We had some runners left, and then we reloaded those for May as well. So the forecast I'm putting out here is going to go down towards this 20-day moving average. Okay, now I'm going to put the forecast line from up here, okay, roughly here. So again, I am looking for a reversal here, either off the gap fill or this resistance level right above. So I'm going to go down now, and I'm going to go down right above there. Okay, it's a pretty good drop, around 190. I'm going to this low here, which will meet the 20-day moving average. So that's where I'm going on the IWM. Now, this could take a week or more, so we'll have to see what happens by next week. But I would think by the following week, this target should hit. Okay, maybe we, go chop up and down, but eventually I do think this target will hit. So this is more of a longer-term target, but wouldn't surprise me if it hits by next week. Okay, so that's IWM. Going to the SPY. Okay, here we go. Same situation that just happened on the IWM. We do have a gap fill here. That gap has filled today. Okay, we do have a bullish engulfing candle, but what's important here besides the gap fill, and this is very important, is look at the volume. Okay, the indexes are going up, but the volume is going down. Okay, this is a leading indicator. Okay, when volume is dropping like that, it means the buyers are losing interest. So you've got to be very careful now. Again, the CCI is nearing overbought, stochastic hinging at way overbought. Okay, last time it was this high was back here and we can see what happened afterwards. So it is over the 50-day, it is over the 20-day, so that is bullish. But again, I'm going off the gap fill, I'm going off the volume, and we are near a resistance line here. Okay, so I am going to be going lower on the SPY. Okay, we could go up a little bit more because of the bullish engulfing candle, but I wouldn't be going that much higher. So I'm just going to put a line from up here, okay, to back down to the 50-day, which is right about there. So that is about 546, 547 on the SPY. Okay, now if the 50-day goes, then I would say you could be looking at a move lower back down to this 525 support. So we really need to watch the 50-day moving average around 547, around that area, okay, and even these recent lows here. So I don't know if it would stop at the 20-day. I think we would be heading lower. But first things first, I do think we're going to reverse from up here, from the gap fill or from that resistance line on the SPY, okay? And then go into the Qs. It's going to look very similar. Qs didn't have a gap to fill. So again, here we are in the Qs. We do have a bullish engulfing candle, but look at the issue below. The volume has been going lower. Okay, and again, same thing with the CCI and the stochastic hinge there at way overbought. Okay, so I am going to go lower on the Qs as well. Again, I'm going to go right. Maybe I'll go from this high here, which is around 479. But again, because of the MO indicator, I do think we're going to see a reversal. If not tomorrow, by Thursday. So actually, I'm not going to go that much higher. I'm going to go up a little higher, but then I'm going right back to the 50-day. That doesn't look like a big move, but the 50-day is 465. So that's a $10 drop from here on the QQQ. Okay, so we will need to watch that. Some other things to watch I brought up in the past, though, it may not happen on the monthly chart. Okay, we have the CCI. Like last week, the CCI on the Qs was way under, near minus 20. Now because we have bounced, it is back to 2.25. Okay, right above this zero line. Okay, we can see that 2.25. 1 day left in the month. We would need a pretty severe drop tomorrow to maybe cross that zero line. Now with the MO indicator so overbought, I would not rule that out. But as of now, we'll have to check this next week. Okay, on the monthly charts. Okay, so one thing we're going to add here, we're doing a bonus look in on CAR. Okay, Avis Budget Group, the rental car company. We're throwing this in as a bonus. This was on our Delphi signal yesterday off of that hanging man candle. Hanging man candles are bearish at the tops of moves. And now we have a borderline shooting star. I wouldn't say it is a definite shooting star, but it's very close. Okay, so what we are seeing here again, and this is very interesting below, the volume has been going down, and today we got a higher red candle. Okay, Avis was down almost $3 today. Again, we got that sell signal yesterday at around $95. So it's already panned out. But again, look at the CCI, way overbought and pivoting lower, sell signal. Same thing with the stochastic. So it wouldn't surprise us if we saw this come down to kind of mirror what happened back here. Okay, so we would expect a drop down to this support level here. Doesn't look like much, but again, that's around $85. So we would not be surprised if we saw Avis come back down. Now earnings are coming up, so you got to be careful. That's next week, but this could pan out by then. So this is just a bonus look in on a Delphi sell signal that happened yesterday and actually was on there today at one point. So this does look like it could be taking a breather before earnings, but we'll have to see. So that's it from us. Again, thanks for being here. Please like, subscribe, tell all the whoever traders out there, that we're here to help everyone be profitable traders. Have a great week and good luck.